Welcome to this week's flashback. So a complex number z is represented by the point P on the argand diagram. Given that z minus 2 minus 3i is equal to 3, the magnitude modulus of that is, sketch the locus. Well, z minus 2 minus 3i. We should recognize that this is a circle, so we need to find the center and the radius of it. If I write it like this, I can see that the center is at 2, 3, and the radius is equal to 3. So this is going to cut the y-axis and then just touch the x-axis. Let's do that. Something like that. And the center is going to be 2, 3. And the radius 3. Excuse me. Now part B. Find the complex number z which satisfies z minus 3i equals 3 and arg of z minus 3i equals 3 over 4 pi. So again, we recognize that z minus 3i, that's a circle, radius 3, and the center is at 0, 3. So it just touches at the origin. Something like this. And then, so that's the first one. And that passed through 0, 3. No, so that was a center at 0, 3. And then the second equation, that's a half line. And a half line that starts at 0, 3 as determined by this bracket here. And at an angle of 3/4 pi. Okay? So to the initial line. So if you draw initial line there, something parallel to the initial line. Now I want an angle of 3/4 pi measured in an anti-clockwise direction starting at the initial line, which is going to give us something a bit like that, where this angle here is 3/4 pi. And in the question, I've been asked to find a complex number that satisfies both of those equations, and that complex number is going to be that point there. Okay, so I need to find that. Okay, so the way I did this is I said, okay, this is a straight line. The red one is a straight line. And because of the angle is 3/4 pi, this angle inside this little triangle that I've just drawn is a 1/4 pi. And if you do tan of a 1/4 pi, that will give you the ratio between the opposite and the adjacent. If you do tan of a 1/4 pi, that will give you 1, which means the ratio between the opposite and the adjacent is 1. So if I enlarge that triangle over here, I've got a 1/4 pi as the angle. I know that because it's the radius, because I only want to do it up until point, let's say point X, from the center 0, 3 to point X, that's just the radius of the circle, so that hypotenuse is going to be 3. And as I said, because the ratio between the opposite and the adjacent is 1, then I can call these both A. Now I know that A squared plus A squared is going to equal 3 squared. And so 2A squared equals 9. And so A is equal to 9 over 2 square root 2, 3 root 3 root 3 root 2 over 2. So if I start at the point, the center of the circle, or the start of the half line, 0, 3, I need to go left by 3 root 2 over 2. So my coordinate is going to be minus 3. And then I need to go up by 3 root 2 over 2. So the y coordinate is going to be 3 plus 3 root 2 over 2. And that's going to be my coordinate.